So last night I was at the Newcastle United match against Man United, where we drew 1-1, and I think most people would see that as 2 points dropped rather than 1 point gained. But having said that, the performance and shift that they put in last night gives us some hope going forward that we might be able to survive this year. So we're going to take a look at my match day experience last night, but also we're going to take a look at some some arrogant and idiotic Man United supporters who are walking around St James's Park antagonising Newcastle fans. It's coming up. So in this video I'm shooting it from the Schooner pub, which is right on the banks of the Tyne and Gated, about 3 or 4 minutes walk from Gated Stadium. And if you haven't been here before, it's a cracking little spot, hidden away, and it's got a selection of real ales, continental and from local breweries, and draft lagers. It does great wholesome food as well. I've eaten here a few times. I'm not being sponsored. It just is a really great little spot. So if you haven't been here, get yourself along. So after getting off the Metro at Central Station, unfortunately there was no Man U supporters at the Victoria Comet. So I made my way up to the ground and I joined the hundreds of supporters hanging around the Milburn entrance to try and get a glimpse of Cristiano Ronaldo as he got off the away team coach. So I waited for about 45 minutes and I was about 10 people back. It was just unbelievable, the crowds waiting to get a glimpse of him. And then the coach come in, and I had to use the tripod to get some footage of the players coming off the bus. So I don't actually know if Cristiano Ronaldo was one of them. You'll have to have a look yourself and see if you can make him out. There was nothing obvious as the players got off. There was no big boos or chants or cheers. I suspect somebody actually mentioned that he might have, the coach might have been a sort of a decoy in that he come in separately in another vehicle. But if anybody knows how he got to the ground, just leave a comment below. So once the bus had gone, the crowd started to disperse, and I went on my little mission to try and talk to some fans, and then I heard some chants coming from Barrack Road, and I looked over the wall and there was a group of about 30 to 40 Man United supporters chanting an anti-Alan Shearer song, and they were heading down to the back of the Gallowgate. So I ran down and caught up with them, so I got some footage as they were chanting their songs, and generally just, to me, they were just arrogant idiots, just antagonising Newcastle fans, clearly looking for some trouble. And they walked along the back of the Gallowgate, stopped outside the Strawberry for a few seconds and carried on, and then turned left up Lisa's place. But do you know what? I mean, you know, it's the first time that I've seen away supporters do that, just in a group, just blatantly just walking at the back of the Gallowgate and just round the stadium looking for bother. And it, like I said, it was just, to me, just arrogant and idiotic. Then it was time to head into the stadium, so I went in. The players are training, and I wanted a closer glimpse of Ronaldo, so I went down the northwest corner where I sit, closer to the pitch side. A minute or two later, I was approached by a member of the security staff asking if I had permission to film, because I stick out like a sore thumb. I've got Tyneside Life all over my jacket, I've got my phone on a tripod. So I said no, I didn't, but neither has anybody else who's got their phone out, so I carried on filming.
I'm from Newcastle, I reckon 3-1 to the tune.
My name's Jennifer Howe, I'm from Newton Aycliffe, and I'm here because my son Michael Howe's tested positive for COVID, so I'm taking his seat, but I'm having a whale of a time and it's marvellous.
Hi, I'm William from Concert, and I can't believe tonight, like I do believe we're gonna get this 2-1 tonight. Could be 1-1 the last couple of minutes. I think we'll score the winner tonight. It's about time that we showed the rest of the country what we're about, like, and I think why not start tonight, like.
Security staff have obviously had their eye on us because during the first half, when there's an attack either by Newcastle or the opposing team, I quickly record it, obviously to put together for the video, and I was approached twice by security staff about filming. So I stopped filming in the first half, and that was that. During the match itself, I thought for most of that 90 minutes we were absolutely superb. To a man, they were just excellent. They just played for the shirt, played for the team, played for the fans. It was just, in the atmosphere, especially in the second half, was brilliant. I haven't experienced an atmosphere like that for quite a while at St James's Park, and it silenced the Man U supporters. It would have been a travesty if Man United had to come away with the win, and we were desperately unlucky not to win that game. But just the aggressive way we played, the intensity, the passion, and the skill and the accuracy of the passing. You could see there was a formation, a plan, and it was working. Like I said at the beginning though, we have to accept that was 2 points lost and not 1 point gain. We're still in desperate trouble now. With Burnley, you've got 4 games in hand on us, and Watford have got 2. So the next 2 games are absolutely critical. If we come away with nothing in these next 2 games, the performance we put in against Man U will mean nothing. And I don't think many people will disagree that the standout player for us was Joe Linton. He was absolutely superb. I just can't believe the transformation of Joe Linton under Eddie Howe. It just seems like the weight of the world's been lifted off his shoulders, and he's been allowed to express himself. He's got a belief in himself that he didn't have before, and he's just been an absolute revelation. I'm so pleased for him. And if you haven't seen the interview that they did post-match with Sean Longstaff and Joe Linton, I would encourage you to watch it. For me, it was an excellent interview, and the words that Sean Longstaff dedicated to Joe Linton, who was stood by his side, was just touching, really. Joe Linton has come in for some real unfair criticism, and I agree with Sean Longstaff. It's a disgrace. So where do Newcastle go from here? For me, that depends on the next 2 games against Everton and Southampton. If we come away with nothing, or maybe it's just a point, the players who are currently on Newcastle's list, for me, probably won't want to come to Newcastle. In fact, any player that would be an upgrade probably won't want to come here, and we're going to find the transfer window very, very tricky. Although we'll still bring in 3, maybe 4 additions to try and strengthen the squad. If we, for example, win our 2 away games, it'll just change the dynamics of the situation we're in completely, and other players will be able to see that we are playing with a new enthusiasm, and will probably stay in the Premier League, and that'll have a bearing on players and whether they decide to come or not. So anyway, until then, have a great new year, and I'll catch you soon.